Griply has a brand new third edition of the application, and it's very interesting. In terms of what they've tried to combine all in one as an application, it is very much getting bigger. Today we're going to explore it all and give you an idea of whether Griply is suitable for you. So if you're interested in Griply or any of the apps mentioned in this video, you can find deals or links below to those, and naturally we'll give and get the best ones we can for you. Today's video is kindly sponsored by Setup. If you've got a Mac, it is well worth considering getting Setup. They also do an iOS experience as well now, but I'll share a little bit more about them later at the end of this video. So yeah, Griply. I weirdly checked out Griply maybe it was about 3-4 months ago, and it's evolved even more so now. Now, I'm always skeptical of to-do list applications because they're one of the easiest things to begin developing, but sometimes can be abandoned or maybe not established well. But when I first checked out Griply in my original review, they had a solid App Store rating. They had a reliable, no stutter-ish issues with the reliability of the application. And they sort of took a unique approach with the goals side of stuff. So in Griply 3, they're basically coming back to introduce some better features. So this new experience is broken into, I guess, 3 parts. So the first of those is that it's becoming more of a daily planner. So this is the today area, and you can see that you can connect up your Google Calendar now, and you can see I've got a Google Calendar event here, but it essentially, with this calendar view on the right hand side, allows you to now plot out your habits and your tasks in one location. So for example, I can add a task just as demonstration, and I can go ahead and drag it directly into my item here. And they've got this new, I believe it's new at least, modal area that allow you to see a bit more detail about your task. Now you'll notice here that the tasks are all correlated to goals or life areas, meaning you can allocate something to a life goal. And this is something that Things 3 and Time Stripe do very well. But in my opinion, this is coming a lot better in terms of structure, and I'll explain why later when I talk about the goals experience. So that's also very helpful for breaking things down. You can also add a deadline, priorities, and resync up at the top. But primarily, the first update is that it becomes more of a daily planner. So the next update is around the upcoming area. So the upcoming area can just be a very simple list of tasks, but it can also be this week and this month view. Now you can see here, if I go onto the week view, I can drag items in there and instantly book. But you'll notice that over on this right hand side, there's this new experience here. And this essentially allows you to see all of the tasks with goals without deadlines, or habits, or empty life areas, or even your inbox area. Let me just add an item there just as a demo. If I go over to here, I can then open a task and drag it right into my planned tasks. And you can see here that if I can click into the item, I can see more details on it. But that breakdown of goals without deadlines is incredibly helpful. I can even drag an item into the list if I think that I'll be able to accomplish it today or continue working on it, which again is very helpful. So this area is becoming very good, like in terms of what their idea here is to bring your goals into mind. That's what I particularly liked about other apps like Time Stripe, is that you have your goals near you, which is something that a lot of task management applications tend to not think about. It can sometimes be very intense when they do it because obviously it feels like a methodology or process, whereas this doesn't feel so much like that. This feels more intuitive, that it just feels like your goals are nearby for you to have them in focus, so it knocks onto your task management. So that is another update. They're obviously progressing the task management side of stuff, but also the daily planning side. The next update comes with the goals area. And if you go up to the top, you'll find this new area, and you can narrow it down all the way to month, year, or 5-year views. And you can start to see where your goals will land. So in this case, I'm going to have this goal, trying to achieve a promotion from 2025 to 2027, but I can add a new goal. I can even begin to go through the plans, and I can begin to add the detail in terms of what the measurement metrics are and things like that. Now, why is that helpful? Well, if you click into a task, you can then see your entire timeline and your objective. And like we've demonstrated before, you can then go into your sub goals and begin to break the goal down into more manageable objectives. And the objective of this area is to essentially create a progress and a to-do area for you to head towards your goal. This is something that Things 3 does well with their project area, but this is probably one of the best or better ways I've seen it demonstrated out there in the wild. And as you can see what the target is. You can even change the target at any time, which is again helpful. And you can view entries when that was achieved as well. So this could be used for goal orientated stuff like win promotion or something that's very tangible like that. Or it could be a weight, like a metric, like trying to achieve 85 kilos or something like that. Or maybe even go towards a more objective goal like a marathon or a sprint or something like that. So this can be incredibly helpful. Now, the reason why I think this update definitely enhanced what Griply offer is because it's rare you see an application that tries to do a lot of different things and does it relatively well. So I've seen TickTick in the past introduce habits. They did that very well. They introduced a Kanban and a calendars incredibly well. So this one does come close to that because it's got these things called life areas, which I quite like as a objective area because you can click into them and you can get an idea for your vision. It's almost like a vision board with goals and tasks in mind. So everything feels relatively symbiotic in the process of this new update. So overall, Griply 3 is an interesting update. They continue to progress towards something that feels like a fully fledged task management system. It almost feels like wrong saying that because it is a task management app with some really powerful features. So maybe I won't say that, but I'm saying they're heading towards being more of a Todoist, Motion, Akiflow competitor in the space for a really reasonable price at a very stable and reliable offering. That's my statement. So hopefully this gave you a better idea of what Griply 3 does and the updates. Let me know in the comments below if you have any thoughts. Again, any deals will be linked below. And here, next up is about SetApp. So thanks to those guys for sponsoring. But thanks very much. Subscribe and I'll see you very soon, I'm sure. Cheerio for now. Are you tired of looking for the right app? Well, SetApp gives you instant access to over 260 hand-picked apps for iOS and Mac, all in one place. Whether you need to convert a file, clean your drive, or write that article, just type your task into SetApp and its AI-powered search suggests the perfect app all the time. It's almost as good as having me nearby. Have you got a big goal? And if you have a big goal in mind, you can use SetApp's collections feature. This is a curated bundle of tools for a specific goal in mind. A great way to tackle some complex tasks with a bunch of tools that are available in SetApp. So each app has user reviews allowing you to get insight on each of them before you download it so that you can install each one with confidence. So you can try it today under one subscription, countless possibilities, and that's SetApp. Link will be below.